this is Amazon. This is within the factories Amazon, just down the road on the M1. This is a building not built for humans. This is a building built for robots. These orange things are Kiva robots. They operate across the floor based on magnetic strips. So when you do your one-click purchase, these are the things that choose where you go. This is an Aurora server farm. This is being running a lot of the Yahoo servers over the last years and is now being built, a similar one built just outside Middlesex. The iCloud, or the cloud, is a lie. This is the cloud. And these are based in buildings with steel reinforced floors. Now, there's something, if you ever talk to a funnel analyst around algorithmic trading. Algorithmic trading is the basis where people don't bid on futures anymore in one big go. They split the bid into thousands of these. These server farms are running these algorithmic trading systems. So when you have a pension, no longer does your trader know where it goes, that the algorithm does. If anyone knows what these are, shout out now. If you don't, the one at the top is called the Boston Shuffler, the one at the bottom is called the Knife. These are algorithms that do the trading for you. These algorithms are written by genius, by maths and quant mathematicians from Harvard that will do the bidding for you. You can find them. There is a company called Nanex. Nanex look across the stock exchanges of the world and look for things like crop circles. If you look for when all the prices go down and they come straight back up again within a third of a second, that's when you know that an algorithm has been bidding and trading for you. So how do you make your algorithm faster than somebody else's? If you're trading on your futures, how do you know you're going to get faster than someone else? You move your building. This is 60 Hudson Street in New York. It's called a carrier hotel. It's the fastest bit of the internet in the world. It'll give you 0.2 seconds ahead of another algorithm. So that means that your algorithm is going to be faster. But they learn. These algorithms are not just a program that does its own thing. This is called evolutionary design. If you Google evolutionary car design, you can find a wonderful website where you design a car with two wheels and then you let it learn. It's crap for about 2 seconds. 5 seconds you think, this is quite funny. Within 20 seconds it's built a perfect car. You haven't built a perfect car, a human hasn't built a perfect car, a computer program has. This is TK421, this is a Weaver. I built this. This is a Weaver that anyone can go into. It is a bot. It lives on the internet. It checks into locations on Foursquare. I built it last year and it's starting to learn. It's interesting about what it tells me. It finds things on the internet, it finds things on Twitter, and it tells me I should buy Lady Gaga. I'm not going to buy Lady Gaga because Lady Gaga is shit. But what's interesting is that he or she or it learns. And it learns whether I like Lady Gaga or not. It prefers to recommend me Lady Gaga because lots of people like Lady Gaga. But also, it starts to learn why it likes Lady Gaga. And this is important. These are recommendations. Everyone knows these, everyone has an Amazon account, everyone's interested in why they do them. But what's interesting is 77% of purchases from Amazon are based on recommendations. 80% of FilmFlex views are based on recommendations. So how do we do these recommendations? These recommendations are based not only on what humans purchase, but also on review scores. This is a website called Metacritic. Metacritic is based on reviews of other review sites or so-called journalists who write those review scores. But what people found out is that 74% of reviews are based on another review, which are based on another review. So somebody makes one review and it's kind of like it's okay, and suddenly all the other reviews are based on that. And what's important is that people's salaries are based on that. This is Edugo, based in California. It's a script analysis system. So you send your script for your film to it, they run it through algorithms, it tells you whether it's going to be a hit. It's important because it tells you how much money you should put into the film, whether this is a £1 million film or a £20 million film. They are 93% accurate. This is a dating site. Suddenly these are run by algorithms. These are the same algorithms that run on those scripts that run on the financial trading systems. But these choose your wife, or your partner, or your boyfriend, or your girlfriend. And top 9 out of 10 systems all use the same algorithm at the moment. So the algorithms are tuning. Now this is great, because suddenly we know we're going to get success. There is more success on dating sites than ever been happened. But what does this create? It creates a monoculture. And monocultures are great, because once you've worked out how to do a monoculture, you can farm forever. You can do the same thing forever. It never goes wrong. You never get that wine that tastes a bit weird. But there's a problem with monocultures. They crash. This is the flash crash of May 6, 2010, where the points of the NASDAQ in the US fell by 900 points in less than 3.4 seconds. It went from $100 for certain futures down to 0 and back up again. Humans didn't notice it, but it wiped millions of some various features. Now, what I'm interested is what happens when these algorithms crash in other systems. Not just financial trading, which is really, really bad, but things like face recognition. If anyone's been to East Midlands Airport, you now put your passport in, it sees your face, it cross-references that against an algorithm and tells you whether you can go through those plastic barriers. What happens if that goes wrong? What happens if that goes wrong for a second? People know this, and what's interesting is people are starting to subterfuge this and punk this. Makeup and fashion is now being applied across algorithms. Apply that, you'll never get picked up by CCTV. You'll never get picked up by the face recognition on the back of a camera. You'll never get seen. And it's not just faces, but it's also, there's a thing called an ugly shirt, which is based on camouflage of the 1970s. That means you won't be picked up by CCTV. So how do companies get beyond that? In Switzerland, they've started these things called dark pools of liquidity. Dark pools of liquidity is where you share huge futures very, very quietly and don't share everyone. And they exist and they work. And what I'm interested in is that where are the dark pools of entertainment? People are starting to make cars on their own, prefabricated through 3D printers that won't be picked up by radar, won't be picked up by sonar, won't be picked up by CCTV. That's a dark pool of car manufacturing. That's really interesting because someone can do that themselves. And someone can do that without anyone telling them they can't do it anymore. We can't make cars before. And it's not just manufacturing, it's also in advertising. There's a Dodge advert recently, shows a nice world where somebody tells you how much you weigh and how much you eat, and somebody rips the head off the robot saying, you can't drive my car. So do we want to choose a world where a robot tells us we can drive, or we choose? Thank you.